The Panther Podcast channel is happy to present Plainfield High School Athletics right here on the Panther Podcast Instagram. It's been 206 days since high school sports have occurred in the state of Connecticut, and man, does it feel great to be back. High school sports stopped amid the coronavirus pandemic when the CIAC stopped the basketball tournaments, and now we are here after 6 months of waiting. High school sports are back to happen, and man, it's awesome. I'm Jacob Irons, happy to be alongside you today as we're going to bring you a premier soccer matchup between two really good ECC programs in our little region. It's going to be Plainfield and Lyman Memorial. Plainfield and Lyman have not seen each other for the past 4 years, so both teams are really excited to see each other. But main story is Plainfield coming off of defending their ECC championship, which is going to be something to talk about. And their schedule is sure something. Plainfield losing almost 90% of their games due to the regionalized scheduling that CIAC has put forth. So now it's going to be a very interesting schedule for them as their strength of schedule goes down. But one of their toughest games is their first game here at Lyman, and it's sure to be something to talk about. And that's what Coach Zielinski has been preaching to his team. This might not be, we might have been without practice due to COVID-19 protocols. They have not practiced for a week due to a staff member at Plainfield High School testing positive. No students were in the building though, so no other positives have came back, which is awesome. So Plainfield kicks off basically a week without practice with a game that's sure to be one of their toughest this year. So Plainfield's going to be headlined by number 18, Lindsay Price, who made the Hearst Media and Game Time top 25 girls soccer players in the state of Connecticut. And she's been behind the Carlson twins, who Plainfield has lost, both of them all-staters. And now, when talking to Coach Zielinski, he says it's going to be a very different type of game that Plainfield's going to be playing, with the loss of those two incredible seniors. As everyone knows, when you lose a couple group of kids, you got to come in and create a new game plan, and that's what they're doing. They're also opening up with a new formation, which you're going to have 2 strikers, you're going to have a bunch of midfielders, and then you're going to have 3 defenders, which they're used to having 4 defenders. As Lyman takes the field here, it's going to be a fun day of soccer here in the ECC. I am happy to have you guys. Thank you. And here we go, guys, as your Plainfield Panthers take the field. It's going to be an awesome thing to see. Now let's do your starting 11 for Plainfield. It's going to be Steph St. Jean and Elin Brockett on the You're going to have Alyssa Pinkowskis, Lindsay Price, Carly Belisle, and Olivia Didacomo. Then on defense, you're going to have Hannah Irons, Hannah Price, and Lacey Tatro. And in goal, the one and only Maddie Pearson. So we're going to have a fun day for you today as we're about to kick off soccer in the state of Connecticut. As Plainfield will kick first. And here we go. High school sports are back in the state of Connecticut. Plainfield possessing. Price now going to try and make a move. Now going to try and push back past a Lyman defender. Now Dodge kicking back to Price. Price now going to try and make a move forward. Price now back over to Irons. Irons coming up from defense. Irons settling it down, trying to dribble with it. Irons coming down, going to get blocked by number 6, Casey Cook. Irons now back to Tatro. Tatro back over to Dajane. Dajane losing possession, now over to Alyssa Pinkowskis. Ball coming right to you, right to Olivia Didacomo. Olivia Didacomo getting it won back by number 16, Olivia Dunnick, as ball comes right by here, and we'll have a nice little throw in here for Hannah Irons, the sophomore. Coming right down, throwing right down to Olivia Didacomo. Olivia Didacomo trying to come on, trying to cross it now. As she's right, Dunnick is right on her. Dunnick pushes it out again, as Irons now going to throw it in again as she moved up here. And we'll have her go get the ball right now. Mark Morello of Lyman enters his 32nd year coaching the Bulldogs, which is quite impressive. 32 years of coaching girls soccer. Anything above 20, you gotta think, holy cow. Now into the box with St. Jean. St. Jean getting pushed down. Now gonna get called the play on as Irons now going to possess the ball. Now going to get it pushed back to Tatro. Tatro now going to possess. Now back over to Irons. Irons, Plainfield really working this left side of the field as Irons got room to run. She's got Interstate 395 trying to push it down into Brockett. And now Tartaglia comes in and scoops up a save. It's going to be first shot for Brockett here as she starts in one of the forward positions for Plainfield. As Tartaglia sends it away. And it's going to be one of the first times Lyman has possessed the ball. Now into the hands of Maddie Archer. Archer now going to try and run with it. Now going to get pushed up to number 7, Alyssa Judd. Judd's now going to try and possess. Now back over to Alyssa Pinkaskis of Plainfield. Now back over to Price. Price doing some fancy footwork there. Pushing it up to Brockett. Rain Bobby kicking it out for Lyman as Plainfield's now going to have a throw in as Hannah Price comes over to throw it in. 0-0 here at Lyman. Beautiful day here, a little cloud cover, a little breeze coming at you, but you couldn't ask for a better day for high school sports to resume in the state of Connecticut. Big throw in there, over to Brockett. Brock's now going to possess. Brockett now going to push it down to the line to the Pinkaskis. Pinkaskis now going to try and center into Tartaglia, into the head, pushed away by Tartaglia. Now coming is Giacomo trying to fight it with number 8, Maddie Archer. Now Irons now going to possess with Cook on her. Now up to Giacomo. Giacomo and Irons have never really played together on the same side of the defensive field. So this is going to be an interesting connection to watch as this season goes on. And they've had limited practice like I opened with. So definitely going to be something as the two girls are fighting it out here trying to possess the ball. Crossing it into the center by the top of the semicircle. Now back over to Dajane. Dajane back over to Price. Price now going to try and slow it down and now going to try and feed it right into Belial. Belial's now going to try and work. Belial slips off the ball. We're going to have a penalty called here by the referee. And now we're going to have a question here of who's going to take as they're going to have to do a box as it's right outside the semicircle here. So it's definitely within goal range here for the two for Belial.
Nothing over.
As Lyman's going to try and set up a wall here. Now kicking it right over, hitting a wall right into St. Jean. St. Jean, Tartaglia coming down on the slide and is now going to save it here for Lyman. A big kick there by Tartaglia. Irons now going to try and center it and put it down off the foot. And now she's going to let it go by off of Irons again while she's turning around trying to cover back Cook. And now she's going to push it down right back down. Price is now going to do some fancy footwork again. And that's going to be something to watch. Price's footwork is pretty spectacular. Meeting number 18, Maddie Crawford right there as Crawford tries to push it down to Cook. And Tatro now just going to push it out down there on the far side of the field. Thank you for joining the Baylor Podcast. Here, 0-0 here. 0-0 here at Lyman Memorial High School, the home of the Bulldogs here, as Plainfield Girls Soccer open up their season. Two teams, like I said, have not met each other in 4 years, so both teams really interested to see what both teams got. Lyman has a really young team. They have 16 out of their 20s that suit up because of COVID-19 protocols. You can only have 20 as Pinkaskis possesses. Now can fall back into the hands of Dodge, and they're going to push it up to Brockett. But because of COVID-19 protocols, as Brockett gets pushed down there, and now going to have a little bit of a battle there as Price really tries to command it and really trying to get the ball back as Belial does a nice little step in and now going to try and push it up over to Brockett. Brockett on the far side of the field. Brockett now trying to control it now into the hands of number 18, Maddie Crawford on the far side of the field. Going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a Plainfield's way, but because of COVID-19 protocol, only can 20 suit up, and he has 16 underclassmen over there, Mark Morello has for his team, which is, he said, is going to be interesting. But he said with limited practice, we're ready to go, and we're going to have something. We'll be competitive in our bubble if we are able to stay healthy, and that's what he said to the day for their time capsules. Here as Lyman will have a throw-in on the far side of the field, headed by Dajane. Now back over. That was number 10, Kate Anderson. Throw it in, and she'll throw it in again. Anderson down over. Now possessing is Dagenet. Dagenet now going to run. Dagenet now getting met with Carpenter. Carpenter now going to send it up, and now back over to Irons. Irons possessing right into the center, and now Belial's going to hold on to it. Belial's not going to have a bunch of room to run. She's got Main Street. She's coming right down, going to push it up, try and push it right down to Brockett. Brockett's now going to come down. Brockett now holding. Brockett now back to Belial. Belial now in the middle. Missing it. DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo. St. Jean sending it in. Goal! Plainfield on the board first. A goal by Steph St. Jean early here. What a beautiful goal there. Is a nice little pass setup as Plainfield now leads 1-0 here in Lyman. Mark Morello making sure his team knows what they did wrong here. As they're still hunting, Coach Zielinski says Dagenet now going to step up in front. Dagenet possessing. Dagenet losing the ball to Cook. Now back up. Now. Carpenter possessing down into the corner. Pearson going to let it roll. As Pearson will now get a goal kick, and we thank you for joining us here as Plainfield leads 1-0 here, Plainfield. Steph St. Jean with the goal for Plainfield. A pretty miraculous goal, a setup goal by Plainfield from DiGiacomo over to Steph. Now Lyman's now going to try and even it up here, as Pearson's now going to come out and control it down on the far side of the field. Big kick here down into the Lyman, failing to possess. Right to Brockett. Brockett now pushing it over to Penkaskis. Penkaskis trying to push up the field. Penkaskis getting tripped up on the ball. Now back over to Dagenet. Now over to St. Jean. Now back over to Price. Price. DiGiacomo trying to step in front. They're going to call her on offsides. They're going to call her on offsides. Here as Lyman will get a free kick here, and taking it will be Rain Bobby. Or excuse me, the goalie's now going to step in to take it. And away the ball goes. Now going to go right into the hands of Cook here on the near side of the field. Now DiGiacomo trying to step in front. Now up to number Cook again, and now Tatro now going to try and possess. Now over to Hannah Price. Hannah Price here is now going to try and feed it down over to Hannah Irons as it goes by. Coach Zielinski calling for Maddie Pearson to come out of the goal a little bit more, as number 14 Brianna Bunnell is now going to come over to throw it in for Lyman here. Plainfield leads 1-0. Now back. Now pushing it over to Dagenet. Dagenet losing it. Now over to DiGiacomo. Now Dagenet trying to step in front. Now back is DiGiacomo trying to push it up, but that's going to go over to Crawford. Crawford's now going to try and send it across. Heading it is Penkaskis. Dagenet now coming out in front. Pearson's going to call off, and Pearson will pick it up for a nice easy scoop. Pearson with the big boot. Trying to push it down to Brockett. Brockett now going to try and possess. Now losing it to Lyman. Brockett now pushing away. Brockett now bringing it back. Now over to Irons. Irons, the defender, trying to get Main Street. They got a little room to run. Now putting it up to DiGiacomo. Calling it offsides again. Here, as they made a run, Irons trying to pass it up over to DiGiacomo here. 1-0. Plainfield leads here. Tartiglia, the goalie of Lyman, now going to send it across. Now going to try and send it over to Cook. Cook trying to possess. Cook now trying to try and put it down, and it's going to be Irons who's possessing there. Irons now going to send it right to us. Going to go right out of bounds as coach talking to his team. As we're going to have subs come in, and subs, it's going to be number 11, Aurora Smithwick for Lyman. And for subs for Plainfield, we're going to have number 1, Angelina Giovanni, come in, and we'll have Sophia Rodriguez come into the game as Becca Dajane comes off and Alyssa Penkowskis comes off. That's one of the things beautiful about Plainfield Soccer. They're going to continue subbing continuously no matter what. He likes to keep his girls fresh, and he's always going to be moving them in and out, especially in that midfield position here, as Bunnell threw it in and now falls back outside again, and Bunnell will take it again. Bunnell trying to throw it down the line. Giovanni tries to stab at it, but no good. Irons losing possession of it. Going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be a Plainfield throw in here on the near side of the field. We thank you for joining us. Plainfield leads 1-0 here at the opening day of high school sports in the state of Connecticut. A couple of clouds in the sky, but man, it is great to be back. As Irons throws it in over to DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo with some footwork, getting out of Manhattan traffic. Now to Belisle. Belisle passing it off to Price. Price now possessing, and she's got room to run. Now going to try and put it up to DiGiacomo as number 8, Maddie Archer, possesses here, as now Price has it again. Now back over to Techo. Techo's now going to try and put it over to DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo losing it now into the hands. Now Smithwick now going to try and run with it, and now we're going to have a sub come in here as number 6, Casey Cook, is not going to come back in. As number 8, Maddie Archer comes out for Lyman. Bunnell throwing it in, trying to feed it on over down to Leah Komrarski. Now back over to Price. Price really possessing. Now back over to Belisle. Belisle's got room to go. Steph's got room to run. Steph had to come back for it. Steph St. Jean. St. Jean getting shoved around. Now putting it back to DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo stepping up, pushing through. DiGiacomo working, trying to go to the up the side. DiGiacomo laying in a shot, and Tartiglia is going to let it roll out here as Plainfield still leads 1-0 here with that shot. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We got a pretty awesome day. It's high school sports are back. And if you couldn't tell, I'm pretty happy about it as Tartiglia steps up for the kick. Tartiglia going to send it right down over to Plainfield's midfielder, Angelina Giovanni. Steph St. Jean tries to stab at it, but loses it over to Bunnell. Now on the far side, that's going to be number 7, Alyssa Judd. Judd's now going to try and run with it. Now that's going to be Rodriguez. Rodriguez making a move. Rodriguez pushing it through, and it's going to be out of bounds. There is Lyman's now going to get a throw in as we're going to have a sub come back in. Now we'll have a Kendall Brolt for Lyman come in for them. Plainfield's only made 2 subs here. That was Rodriguez and Giovanni just a couple minutes ago. As Rodriguez possesses there, but loses it to Bunnell. Now back over. Price now going to possess. Now going to be another Lyman throw in here. Coach Zielinski saying not for Elin not to drop so much, as she is one of the forwards this year in the new formation. As Lyman's not going to try and possess here right into the center of the field. Lyman's not really going to make a move. Lyman's trying to make the campaign for themselves. DiGiacomo picks it up and now going to kick it away into the hands of Price. He's got fancy footwork. Price, what a spin move! Oh my! Now back. Lyman possesses now after losing it on the spin move. Techo now going to come in. Techo's now going to send it away, trying to feed it down the line to Rodriguez as Lyman holds on to it. Now that's going to be Price stepping right in there, trying to hold it. Price got 2 right now as she moves over. Now puts it back over to Techo. Techo now down. Now it's DiGiacomo picks it up, and now Belisle's got to move. Belisle's got room to run. Belisle feeding it down, trying for Brockett. Brockett, St. Jean, Tartiglia stepping out. Tartiglia clearing it. As Plainfield now with a throw in as we'll now have a throw in here. As Brockett now possessing, trying to bring it back to the center of the field. Bring it into Giovanni. Now back out. Now going to roll right down by us as St. Jean's, and it's going to roll right out of bounds right there, as you can see. Now coming down is going to be Hannah Irons to make the throw in here. As subs come in, as Dajane comes back in. Sub comes in here. We have a late sub. That's going to be number 16, 14, Olivia Dunnick for Lyman. Right down to Anna's feet. Now back over to Irons. Irons now going to possess. Irons with a big boot, trying to center it up here over to Brockett. Now back over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Now that's going to be number 10, Kate Anderson, trying to make a run with it. Kate Anderson making a run, going right down as Lyman's trying to hold it, and now Price going to kick it off of Lyman Magda Carpenter, and Price will now take the throw. And now back over to Rodriguez as she gets stepped in front of him, and we'll have a penalty called against the Lyman. Let's see who that was. And that was going to be number 3, Magda Carpenter, again, as she steps in front of Rodriguez, pushing Rodriguez to the ground. 1-0 here, Plainfield leads. Cloud cover starting to go away. Cloud cover starting to come in, and it's starting to get a little chilly out here. Tatro stepping up to the ball. Tatro now going to send it across, now going to put it to the middle of the field. Now back over. Now back to Dajane. Dajane trying to feed it up over to Rodriguez, but loses it. And Rain Bobby kicks it away here for Lyman, as Lyman will have a throw in here as Price is going to take it. Now back over to Belial. Belial losing it. Now back over. Price wins it. Back over to Belial. Belial's going to make a little run. Belial's now going to try to come down the corner. Belial's now trying to figure out something to do with it. She's stuck in the corner. Now puts it over to DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo's got room to run. DiGiacomo being met, and now Rodriguez stepping up. Now back over to Belial. Belial now going to look to center it. Now off of Bobby. Now DiGiacomo possessing. Now DiGiacomo trying to win it with 2 defenders on, winning it, and goes right into the hands of Tartiglia, the goalie for Lyman, as Tartiglia comes out.
Shoot the ball. We do quick punt for a reason. You got to one-time one of those.
Coach Zelensky telling his team, got to one-time it. Got to lay one touch onto it. As Irons possessing, and now stays in bounds, and now number 11, Aurora Smithwick goes for it and comes out of bounds, as number 6, Casey Cook, comes back into the game. And number 4, Kelsey Dunnick, comes into the game as well. 1-0 Plainfield leads here at Lyman Memorial High School, as Bunnell throws it in here. Throws it right to Hannah Irons, and she'll do a nice little chip shot, trying to feed it over to Olivia DiGiacomo, but loses it. Now going to make a run. Run! DiGiacomo stepping up in front. Plainfield possessing. Irons being a brick wall back there, not letting anything by. Now going to be a goalie kick here, as Plainfield's Angelina Giovanni was able to finally get number 14, Brianna Bunnell of Lyman, to kick it out so that Plainfield could reset and try and go on an offensive mode now. St. Jean pushing it down over to Giovanni. Giovanni! What a beautiful touch here to St. Jean! St. Jean trying to make a move. St. Jean losing it, but back to Giovanni, but intercepted by number 12, Kendall Brawl. Now Rodriguez possessing. Now over to Dajane. Dajane now with a kick back to Irons, as Irons got room to run again, as we saw this previously, and Cook's now going to try and now Irons is going to come up to Giovanni, as Giovanni's now going to try and center it, and it's going to be right in front of Tartiglia and going to roll out of bounds.
Okay? You had an extra second if you wanted to turn it back, though. As long as you used your left.
Coach Zelensky giving her praise there to use her left foot, and was very proud that used her left foot there. Tartiglia with a goal kick here. Tartiglia sending it down here as Brockett. Now DiGiacomo possessing. DiGiacomo losing the ball. Giacomo now losing the ball again, and now back over to Belial. Belial now winning it, trying to win it. Now back as Cook's now going to possess. Cook misses it for Lyman, and then Becca Dajane comes in there for a stab. As the ball gets tried to push down over to Olivia Dunnick of Lyman, as she's got room to go on the far side of the field. Now back. Now Tacho letting it roll out. And we got a throw in here. Here for Lyman on the far corner of the field. 1-0. Plainfield leads here against Lyman Memorial. A big kick. There is Lyman's not going to possess. Now that's going to be Cook for Lyman. Now trying to push it down to Brolt. Brolt now trying to centering it. But Belial finds it and tries it and kicks it away and over to Brockett. Brockett now going to kick it down over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a move. Way over Rain Bobby has stepped. St. Jean's got room to run. St. Jean in. Goal! Steph St. Jean with her second goal, making it a Plainfield 2-0 lead. What a beautiful goal there as she went on a little run and went right down Main Street. What a beautiful goal there. Whew. Tartiglia came out sliding, missed it, and St. Jean had an easy goal right there. As Rodriguez comes out and for Plainfield and Penkaskis comes back in. Brockett now trying to win the ball. Brockett now back over to Penkaskis. Penkaskis now trying to push it back. And now rolls out of bounds. Plainfield's not going to have the throw in for Hannah Price. As Price throws it in. One of the two Prices on the team, Hannah Price and Lindsay Price, sisters on the team. Lindsay's in at midfield today, and Hannah is on defense. As Dajane tries to center it up, goes past to Giacomo and falls into the hands of a Lyman midfielder. Now it's going to be Lee Komorowski. Now back over to Cook. Cook's now got room to run. Now back over to Lee. Iron stepping up in front of Cook and falls into the hands of Lee. Lee trying to hit it. Lee kicking it back. Now, Cook. Maddie Pearson coming out with a dive as Hannah Iron's also a basketball player. Used the old box out drill of turned right around, put the hands back, and just try and box her out so that Pearson could come down sliding. As Penkaskis trying to feed it through. Penkaskis got room to run. Penkaskis gonna make room. Penkaskis really going for it. Penkaskis looking, feeding it to Giovanni. Giovanni, Tartiglia back to Giacomo. No good. Shoved. Tartiglia sliding. Lyman Tartiglia picks it up. And now we're going to have some room to run. We'll have a little formation changes. Brockett falls back to center mid, and Steph St. Jean moves over to one of the striker positions as Giacomo's also on striker as Giovanni tries to have room to run. Now Cook back over. Now that's going to be Brault. Brault now going to try and run the sidelines. Brault got room to run. Brault now going to send it, try and center it back over to Cook, but Brockett's now going to intercept it and now lose it over to number 8, Maddie Archer. Now number 10, Kate Anderson kicks it and misreads it and pushes it way past her as the Giacomo comes off, and we'll have number 8, Morgan Yanish, come on. The freshman, first freshman into the game for Plainfield. As she'll come in a midfield position here. Plainfield, like we said, lost a couple bodies, lost both the Newberry twins, both Carlsons, and Rihanna Burke, and now they were able to take it with some new freshmen, and that's what Plainfield's been doing. They've had a feeder system for years, and they've just been getting more and more freshmen as they got another number of freshmen here, as they basically made up for what they lost. Here is Lyman will have a penalty kick. Aaron taking it. Taking it for Lyman will be number 18, Maddie Crawford, on the far side of the field here. She's now going to try and center it up as they're both outside the 18-yard box. Right in, trying to send it right over to Pearson. Pearson, a brick wall. Able to knock it down and saves it. As Pearson looks to kick it. Pearson. Now Giannis possessing. Giannis got room to run. Giannis kicking it up to Giovanni. Intercepted by number 4, Kelsey Dunnick. And now number 16, Cook. Now going to try and runs past Irons. Defending it. Penkaska sending it into the air. Pass outside. Techo kicking it away. Lyman off of Lyman. Sub as Lindsay Price comes into the game as Belial comes out here. As Irons throws it into Giovanni. Giovanni trying to hold it down. Giovanni holding it down. Giovanni trying to make a run. Giovanni bringing it down. Giovanni's got room to run. Giovanni losing it. But Giovanni's going to try and chase it here. She's going to let it go out of bounds. It's going to stay Plainfield's way right there. And a beautiful job by Angelina Giovanni. And they're going to run fast here as Plainfield wants to roll. It's trying to feed it down over to Morgan Giannis as Lyman's number 4, Kelsey Dunnick, kicks it out again as Irons now going to come up for the throw-in.
Morgan, stand right on the 18.
Irons coming right in front of you there.
Again, same thing you did last time. Right to Morgan's feet. Morgan, give and go a Hannah service.
Back over. Going to try and Morgan Giannis. Losing it to Dunnick. Now kicks it away is Cook.
Morgan, right back to Hannah, okay? The one second, right back to her.
Irons.
They take it away, then you got to do something else.
Trying to feed it back over to Irons as it falls out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in here. So we'll have to take a couple steps back as Kelsey Dunnick throws it in. Trying to feed it right down the line to Cook. Now off of Giovanni. Now back over to Dunnick. Dunnick's looking to see if she's got defenders, and she's going to feed it right into the hands of Angelina Giovanni, as we've got some really good action right in front of us today. As Price feeding it down. Price trying to center it over to Brockett, but loses it. Now into the feet of Cook. Now Cook trying to center it, but falls into the hands of Hannah Price. As Lee Komorowski's trying to make a run here for Lyman on the far side of the field. Far side's going down. Everybody's trying to move with her. As tries to center, as Dodgenay bodies up in there. Cook, brick wall. Irons takes it. As Giovanni's got room to run. Up to Morgan Giannis. Giannis loses it. And we'll have a sub come in here for Rodriguez as Ange comes out. As Rodriguez will take you here right in front of you. Right down over to Giannis. Giannis losing it right in front of you. Giannis going to run out. We'll have a Lyman throw in here as Dunnick here for you is going to. Dunnick's not going to throw it down. Trying to look for Olivia Dunnick. And now over to number 8, Maddie Archer. Now back over to Cook. Cook now going to try and feed it down. Lyman's been really working. Official call. Referee says ball's out of bounds. As Irons now going to take a throw in here. Irons throwing it into the feet of Brockett. She stabs at it and looking for Giannis. Giannis makes body contact with Maddie Crawford there as it goes by. As Irons now going to take another throw in. Right there. Irons now going to try and feed it right down. That'll be right in front of you. As we'll have subs come in. As Dunnick comes out, that's going to be number 12, Kendall Brault, come in. Here for the throw-in. We'll have a throw-in right in front of you. Still in the first half of play, Plainfield leads 2-0 here at Lyman Memorial High School. As Price now tries to center it back up. Now tries to push it to the other side of the field with Penkauskas there taking it off the chest and now trying to place it down but loses it over to number 3, Magda Carpenter. Now over to Irons. Irons not going to come back. Now sets it forward. Now back over. Now that's going to be Lee Komorowski on this side now as her and Cook made a switch for Lyman. That's going to be number 3, Magda Carpenter, trying to make a run. But Anna Price possesses for Plainfield as Brockett tries to do footwork. Loses it over into the hands as Brockett trying to win it back here as she tries to push it down to Leah Komorowski of Lyman, but Irons possesses. Irons now pushes it right up to Lindsay Price. Lindsay Price now going to try and do a big boot. Now trying to feed it down to Steph St. Jean, who has Plainfield's 2 goals, but it's going to come all the way back over to here to Olivia Dunnick as Rodriguez intercepts. Rodriguez has got room. Dunnick on her backside. Does a little spin move. Rodriguez keeping her foot in there as they're falling. 2 bodies on. 3. Brawl.
Good battle, so.
As Price.
We got the ball back.
And Dajane makes a run. Off of a Lyman defender. Now over to Penkauskas. Penkauskas stepping up. Penkauskas trying to let it rip, but is met with number 18, Maddie Crawford. Now Rain Bobby sending it back.
Nope, you good?
And now Tetro stepping in, sending it down over to Penkauskas as Lyman will now have a throw in here. We thank you for watching. As Lyman will have a throw in here. Lee Komorowski of Lyman now going to possess. Komorowski now feeding it back over to Brawl. Brawl now going to try and push it down to Cook. Cook's now going to make a run. Cook trying to make a pass over to Dunnick. Dunnick on the far side. Now the defender Byer. Dunnick going to take a grab at it. Punched away by Maddie Pearson, and as Pearson will now come out and pick it up here. She'll have a nice little punt here down on the far side of the field. And now feeding it down to Penkauskas. As we'll have a whole bunch of subs come in for Plainfield. We'll have number 13, Carly Belisle. Number 14, Olivia Dagenet. A freshman come in, as well as Olivia DiGiacomo come in, as St. Jean, Yanish, and Brockett come out here. Whole new set. Number 14, Olivia Dagenet is the backup goalie behind Maddie Pearson. Used to be goalie, then picked it up last year because they needed a goalie, and only did one hell of a job at middle school and only let 1 goal in all year last year at Plainfield Central. So definitely a really good contender for Plainfield's backup goalie. As Penkauskas throws it in, feeding it over to Belisle. Now back over to Belisle. Belisle now trying to try and feed it right down the line to Dagenet. Dagenet getting it kicked. It's going to stay Plainfield's way as they throw it in. As Dagenet losing it, now kicked away almost. As Irons now has it, now over to Price. Price now possessing. Price now going to bring it down Main Street. Price got room to run. In. Oh, just over the crossbar. Could have been a beautiful shot if it went.
Center mid. Dagenet, stay high.
As Tortiglia now going to have a kick here. Tortiglia kicking it right into Brockett. Brockett now got room to run. Brockett now going to try and run it, and it's going to stay Plainfield's way here.
Hey, the wind's helping you. You gotta shoot it like I shoot in warm-up. Okay? The wind's
As
helping you.
we've got a corner kick here. Plainfield, like I said, Well, not going to be a corner kick, but it's going to be a penalty kick pretty close to the corner position here, as they're going to have a two-man wall here. Bobby and Crawford here for, as Price sends it into the hand, trying to feed it into the back of Penkaskis, rolls out, and it's going to be
Put a little more curl on that, and you got yourself a goal.
and rolls out here. Thank you for watching the Panther Podcast channel. 2-0 Plainfield leads here in the first half of play at Lyman Memorial High School. Sports are back in the state of Connecticut. Penkaskis possessing. Penkaskis now going to try and run with it on the far side of the field. Penkaskis now going to make a run. Penkaskis losing it to Kate Anderson. Anderson kicking it right into the hands of Penkaskis. Penkaskis physical down on the far side and ultimately ends out of bounds. And it's going to be number 18, Maddie Crawford, is going to come in for the throw-in. Or rather, hold on, it's going to be a penalty kick, excuse me. 4:39, your regular time. As they try and feed it down over to Price. Price now going to... Now, Kombrowski's now going to run for a lineman. As number 7, Alyssa Judd possesses and loses it over to Lindsay. He's going to go out of bounds, and Plainfield is going to have... Nope, never mind, excuse me. Lyman will have a throw in here. Plainfield leads 2-0 here in the first half. Now back, now going to lose it, and now go over to Plainfield onto the far side of the field. Thank you for watching. It's Price throwing it in. Price gets it blocked out again, and now Belial possessing. Now back over. As Cook's trying to step up in front, Tatro back. Now over to Maddie Pearson, and Pearson scoops it up and picks up. Hops over Rodriguez. Rodriguez now gonna lose it out of bounds. Now gonna be thrown for Lyman. Down the line right there for you. Now back over. Now Irons getting pounded out of bounds. He's gonna get got nipped by Hannah Irons, the Plainfield defender, as Irons not gonna go back on attacking mode. Now Rodriguez trying to possess it. Now trying to feed it up over to Giacomo, which he does. To Giacomo! Got room to run, trying to get out of traffic here. And now feed it over to Dajane. Dajane trying to come on from the outside. But Dajane loses it to number 10, Kate Anderson on the far side. But it's going to remain a Plainfield throw in here as they want to go faster. And they know they got time and people on their side. As Plainfield ends up losing it to Judd, as Judd's going to run down the sideline for Lyman. Price. Back. Now over to Penkaskis. Penkaskis. Setting it up. Penkaskis. Rolls out of bounds. Plainfield will have a throw in on the far side of the field. We thank you for watching. Big throw in there. And that's going to be your first half as the whistle blows here. Plainfield leads 2-0. 2 goals by Seth St. Jean. We'll be back after a 10-minute break.